What's going on? We're back with another episode of Behind the Process with Kim, Talib, and Clint. We're here with Jel at Love's Beauty Supply. Alright, so Jelly, tell us where we at.
We are at Love's Beauty Supply and Apparel Store right here in Willingboro, New Jersey. It's black owned, of course. And we have been here for about a year and a half.
I want to commend you for being the first black owned beauty supply store in this area. This is great. So how did you come up with the name?
Well, actually, it's named after my grandma. My grandma passed away a couple years ago, back in 2019, I believe. And my uncle, who passed away before her, called her Love. Okay. And so I called it Love's Beauty Supply and Apparel. Okay. That's where we got the name from.
Right, so was this like something that was always been like a passion of yours? Like, did you always want to get into the beauty supply industry, or is this just something that happened over time?
Well, I was always into clothes. I sold a lot of things online. Like, I sold shoes online at first, and then I went into clothes, and that's really my love, fashion. But I figured if I was to actually get a brick and mortar, then I'm like, what would bring people in more than just like for a special occasion, like for an outfit, or like, a birthday or something like that. So women always getting their hair done, braids, weave, anything, exactly. So I'm like, if I bring in beauty supplies, hair, stuff like that, it will probably bring people in more frequently than just having like a clothing boutique. And so that's how I came up with the idea to just kind of get some products in here and stuff. And good products, not just any products, but black owned products that are good for our hair, our textures, things like that.
So you haven't got some music playing like the Chinese people did?
Amen.
All right, Jelly, so we in here. I couldn't help but notice that one of these spaces look kind of familiar to me, you know what I mean? So tell me what the process was like to get your own line of hair done.
Okay, so this is our store's own line of braiding hair. And it's called Jamila, is after my middle name. Okay. And the reason why I started it was because it's very hard to get, you don't know, but this is a very hard industry to get into. It's Asian dominated, and for black people to get in it makes it 1,000 times harder. Also, if you're in a black owned community, which is the ideal place to be, makes it even harder because there are bigger Asian stores. So when I was looking to get my accounts and things, they told me like some stuff I just wouldn't even be able to get, like some nationally known hair brands that people will come in and be like, oh, do you have model, do you have sensational? I wouldn't even be able to get based on me being closer to bigger Asian owned
so
stores.
Sell to certain,
they'll make up any excuse to not give you the accounts that they know you need to sustain yourself. So that's why I started my own. I was like, all right, well, y'all know I need braiding hair and different kinds of like synthetic weave and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just start my own. So I like reached out, tried different types of hair or whatever, and then we worked on like the concept, the packaging or whatever, because I wanted to make it look like people are used to having it look. And that's how we really came about it. It came about because I was like denied a lot of the accounts that I know I needed.
Okay. What was the first step in doing that?
Trying out different textures, because a lot of times when you have braiding hair, it itches. It can be itchy on our scalp once you install it. And then that's what you'll see. You see girls like, but it's real because they spray it with like pesticides and things so that bugs can stay out of it, and that's what causes it to feel uncomfortable. So that's why I started testing out different textures, different styles, different manufacturers and things like that. And also I wanted to keep in mind different brands, black owned brands, that were good for us, that were popular. Like I said, with the hair it was kind of hard to get some of those nationally known brands, but with the products are always a little bit easier to get. It's just how it is in the industry. This is good if you need just like a treatment for your hair. And like I said, my cousin used this, told me like, oh, you have to get Afro G. This is good to bring your bundles back to life. So I got that.
What you got for the kitchen?
We do. So I even started, because like you said, you mentioned do I sell to like stylists and barbers and things like that. So we did try to keep those folks in mind. And we got some like clippers and things like that. We kind of got them in a tuck over here. But then we also have different things that barbers would use and stuff like that.
So, say for instance, for somebody that's trying to get into this kind of industry, what do you say they should do, or what do you do for like marketing and advertising?
For the most part, I've been using social media, Instagram, paying for ads and stuff. That really does help because it helps
pay
you.
for ads?
Yeah, because you can pay a very nominal fee too. Like, it's not really expensive, but you can
invest in yourself.
Yeah, and it's worth it because you can, pay for ads and it'll hit different targets that you didn't even know, know that, or you didn't even think would be interested in what you're or selling or whatever. So
Gotcha.
I have done social media, paying for ads, and honestly, word of mouth. That's really been one of the biggest things that have brought people in. And sometimes, even though I've paid for ads and different things like that, nothing brings more people in than just somebody coming in and sharing their experience.
Right.
Because one girl came in here and she was just saying, oh, I felt so comfortable in here. They had what I needed. I didn't feel like I was being followed around.
Exactly.
And she shared it and it got over like 150 shares.
That's dope.
That's the kind of thing you can't pay for.
And that feels good too.
It does. It feels really good because like I've been saying throughout the interview, this is a very tough industry to be in, especially for Black people. And so hearing those things and getting that kind of feedback for something that you didn't even pay for, it was like that was the best marketing I could have gotten.
That's probably like part of your vision, right?
Yeah, just you want people to come in here and you want them to feel good. You want them to find something that they want, or feel like we care.
Yeah.
Like, is it like business or is it more like an exposure kind of thing?
Both. Because some of the days that when we have events in here, they're our best days. Like, we make the most money on those days. And for me, I don't really like doing events. I don't. Like, it's just not me. I don't feel like, okay, here we're having this. You coming out. Yeah. I don't really like doing events like that. But it always works out for us. It always is like one of our highest days that we bring in money and stuff like that. And it brings more awareness to the store. So it's both more business, awareness, more products. And we usually try to, or more sales, rather, not more products, but more sales. And we always try to like run a sale when we're doing it too. Like, for the Me Time and Mimosas, I think the whole store was like 15% off or something like that. And people like a little discount, anything can Exactly. Anything helps, So it works out. Mm-hmm.
So how do you go about getting them people, the vendor process? So let's say, you have another event coming up and you want to, showcase what you got going on. How do you reach out and connect with that?
Most times people reach out to me. With that, in that case, it was a young lady who came in the store and she shopped here. And she was like, oh, it's so Black-owned business. She was like, oh, it's so cute in here. I think we could do a couple things that would, benefit both of us. And it does, It really benefits me as well. And it brought more exposure to her as well, and it definitely brings exposure to the store. So a lot of times people reach out to me, and even if I can't accommodate everybody that's reached out, then I'll be like, okay, well, I don't have any space for this event, but the next event, I'll start keeping a Rolodex of folks who would be interested in the opportunity. And some of the stuff we have in here, my cousin does all the mugs and stuff like that, and so she was like, let's just try it out. And a lot of times I'll be like, let's just try it out. Yeah, let's just see how it works. And that's pretty much how we do it. And we kind of do it like consignment style. People will bring their stuff in here, and then as it sells, that's when we pay out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, my cousin, she's 11. She makes custom earrings. I forgot to talk about her. Yeah, she makes these. I know she's 11.
Hold on, let's get a little.
Yes, please, to show her earrings. And she makes bracelets too, but her bracelets are sold out. But yes, she made some. She'll do a little custom name. You said look good. And a lot of times my cousins are in here working too. People come in, my little 7-year-old cousin is bagging up stuff, or my 11-year-old cousin is working the register.
Present.
Yes, for real. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Off camera, we were just talking about how it's hard for you as a Black-owned supply store to find other vendors and stuff like that, and suppliers and stuff like that. So can you tell us a little bit about the struggle?
Yeah, so it's hard. This is a tough industry to break into, period. Even when I talk to other Asian people, it's a Korean dominated industry. So I have a core group of people that I usually talk to and get advice from, and I talked to one lady, she's Chinese, so she was saying this even is hard for her, but not as hard as it is for black folks. And so when I was deciding where I wanted to put the store and what brands and stuff I wanted to put in here, I reached out to a guy who helps set up stores. He's an Asian guy. He works for one of those big companies. And if you can't get in touch with those companies, he'll kind of be like a liaison between you and the company to try to get your application rolling a little bit quicker. And so I reached out to him, and when he asked my address, where I was located and stuff, and he was like, to be honest, you'll probably never get those accounts that you need. And that people, they always give you a politically correct answer. I'm just being for real. Like, they'll give you an answer like, oh, it's because they're a bigger store and the proximity of where you are. But think about beauty supply stores. They're always up the street from each other. You know what I mean? And they'll let Asian owned stores do that. But when it comes to us, it's always a little bit harder, or they'll make up something like, oh, well, you're really close and this is a bigger store, so you won't be able to compete, stuff like they won't even give you the chance to try, So what I had to do in terms of finding vendors and getting the products that I needed was I joined like a lot of different beauty supply groups, especially black owned beauty supply groups, and
like social media or
like Facebook and stuff, because other owners know how hard it is, especially for black folks. So they'll dedicate themselves like, oh, where can I find this product? And they'll write it out for you. You can go to a distributor. But specifically to answer your question, a lot of times bigger stores will let you order with them. So for instance, I ordered with a family that is all the way down in Atlanta. With those bigger companies that I would never be able to get just off my own with my own account. So I order with them. But the problem is, it makes it harder for me to have competitive pricing because I have to pay shipping twice. Yeah. So he's so far away, it's not like I can just go and pick it up. I have to pay for it when he orders. I split the shipping cost with him to get it from the supplier, but then I have to pay for the shipping for him to get it to me, and that takes away from what I could be making. And sometimes with products, it's a very low profit margin as it is. Yeah. So those kinds of things that makes it hard for you to really prosper in this industry. That's like one of the main things.
That is crazy. That's the kind of stuff that you hear about that you don't really know anybody that's going through it. So that's crazy. That's really going on. Yeah.
But there are people that really go out of their way to make it easier for you. So and that I'm grateful for.
Yeah. So it takes a couple people to get in there. You know what I mean? To help everybody else get in.
To kick the door down. Yes.
So we're talking about products and your inventory you went over. You got your online back there. So what was the initial startup cost that you had? Like what was the amount of money that you came and you got started with?
I would say I don't even want to know how much money I put into this, honestly. But I did break it down because I would do like a $5,000 order here, 3 here, maybe 8 here, and then the clothes would be like 1,000 or 1,200, something like that. But I know that I have at least put anywhere between like 70 to 90,000 into this. I know, I know, and I have because it adds up, with rent, utilities, things like that, products, hair, and then you getting stuff and you trying out different products and things like that. I know that's the least. That's the least amount. So it is. Business is very. It is not for the faint-hearted.
So were you purchasing products before you had the space because you knew you wanted to get in here, or were you?
I pretty much secured the space first. Okay. Yeah, I secured the space first, but I already knew where I could get the stuff from. Okay. Yeah.
So for somebody that, all right, no, before I get there, what did you have to do to come up with that money? Like
Savings.
savings?
And my family. Yeah.
Okay.
Savings in my family pretty much. And that's what I hear a lot of people say, because when you first starting in business, you're not getting no small business loans or anything like that. They want to see how much money you make. It's almost like the banks want you to not need the money before they'll lend it to you. So they want to see, oh, you making $10,000-$20,000 a month and sell, okay, here's $25,000 after you don't need it. Like they won't give it to you in the beginning when you need it. So I really had to use my own savings. My mom helped me, my family helped me. Like it was pretty much, that's why I always say this is my family store, because I didn't do it on my own.
That's a big part.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important for everybody to do good on your own, so that we can all help each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, when y'all came in here and said y'all want to do this video, I'm like, please, yes, because everything helps, everything.
Yes.
You know, any type of exposure helps. So, yes.
All right, so somebody that's looking to do something along the lines that you're doing right here, whether it's their own brand or starting a supply store, everybody always says, like, if I could do it all over, I would do it the same way because it made me. That's always bull crap. You know what I mean? What are some of the things that you would avoid or that you would focus on if you could do it all over again?
I would say that you have to really think about the location, because like I said, that's one of my main pitfalls that I'm having right now, or hurdles rather. Because like I said, when I try to get these accounts like Shake and Go, Sensational, you don't know what I'm talking about, but the girls know what I'm talking about. Okay, Sensational, Shake and Go, all those kinds of things. Not fast food. But those are the brands that I have to like go to this person to try to order here, reach out to this girl, try to see if she'll let me order with her. You know what I mean? Like, so I have to step outside of my comfort zone. So I will say, really do the research about the location and where you want to place the store, because my thought, honestly, and this may seem a little naive or maybe even ignorant, but I was like, oh, it's Willingboro, it's black people, I'm from there, I'm gonna just place it right here. But that's not all you should do. Like, you definitely should probably look at the location, look at the type of products and the brand names that you want to have in the store, and see if it's even possible for you to have. Because that might be a big thing. Like, in this industry, you don't make, even though it's beauty supply products, you don't make a lot of money on the products. You make the money on the hair, on weave hair. If you sell that, you make it on the electronics, like the flat irons, the blow dryers, things like that. Okay. Yeah. So I would say, do your due diligence about where you're going to put the store and how you'll be able to get the accounts for the hair that you'll need, because that'll be your biggest money maker. Okay.
All right. So for the products, right? As we come to the close of another amazing episode, Jelly's Loves Beauty Supply Store. We love the journey. You dropped a lot of insight on what people go through in the industry. Tell us where they can reach you at.
www.shoplovesbeauty.com, and on Instagram, shoplovesbeauty.com, and we're on Facebook as well. So just Google or search Loves Beauty Supply and Apparel, and we're on Facebook as well.
If you're in the area, stop by, support.
Yes, stop by.
Get down here, yo. Google me.
Thanks so much.
Black-owned beauty supply store, right? Black-owned business, and it don't get no blacker unless you got Barack in the business. You know what I mean? This is some blackity black stuff right here. I love it, but this is real black right here, man. And First Lady, I don't know, Grandma. I don't know what happened with Michelle. Somebody wasn't a Michelle fan.
She went low with that.
Right, yeah. I mean, this is real black on right here, man. Should I start when you come up closer, or should I?
That's right. I'm shaking my hand. Let's get it.
I don't know.
I thought you still figuring it out.
All right, my fault. All right.
It's a popular flat iron right there.
Oh yeah, what it do? It's like a Marcella. What, Marcella? Ain't that the good?
I don't know, but that's top notch right there. Okay.
Yeah. You still gonna need the comb for it?
You don't even need to comb.
Listen, this is top notch.
It's top notch.
Get
right
down
here.
here, y'all. Y'all see it.
Y'all see it.
Y'all see it. All right. So
And we have different sizes too. The
What they
head,
get?
the inch size, and the 1.5 inch. So it just depends. If you have longer hair, you'll go for the bigger one. Shorter hair, this is like the 1 inch one, but not shorter. I mean, even this length,
you know,
you still do it.
for the coarse hair.
Not the coarse hair.